Hi, everybody. Welcome to Behavior Bites. We are your dashing hosts. I'm Brad.
And I'm Mike. We're also joined by our producer, Aaron.
Hello.
All right, guys. Today we are going to do meet and greet. Hit it, Mike.
Meet and greet, it's a lot like what it sounds. We're standing at your classroom door and greeting each student as they enter your classroom. Think of it, it really fits within that broad category of relationship building.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, starting the day off right.
So let's talk about why this is so important. There are actually a lot of reasons why this is important and really helpful. So what it does, guys, is it sets up your students and it sets up your class for success by, first of all, we're creating a welcoming environment for everybody. And that's more impactful than you think it might be, right? We do that. I do that as the teacher by purposefully engaging in a positive way with each one of my students as they walk in, right?
Yeah, and one thing that I noticed, like kind of a side benefit of this, of why this is important, is it changes my mindset a little bit.
Yeah.
So, those times when maybe my last class period didn't really go that well, or I got stuff going at home, I'm getting no washer and dryer delivered, and I'm trying to get that all scheduled. Now, if I force myself into focusing on the students as they're entering the class all the time, it does change the way that I'm looking at things. It helps me focus and it helps me kind of celebrate what's about to happen in our
Looking
class.
at the positive, right?
Yeah,
The other thing, you guys, that it does is it lets me as the teacher take the temperature or the pulse of my group. The group as a whole, right? Sometimes they come in from recess real hyper, or sometimes they come in sleepy and grouchy on a Monday morning. Also, it lets me zone in on those individual student needs, right? If I'm meeting every single student, then I'm able to notice before he comes into my room that Mike's extra tired today, or he's not really himself. He's not seeming like he's in a good place, right?
Brad, what it kind of sounds like, it's like informal data collection in that, and then what you're talking about there. So if you have that kid that's typically, pretty energetic and fiery and ready to go, and they're kind of looking at their shoes, that's a piece of information. That's a piece of data that I can act on.
Totally.
I really like that. So let's talk about how we do this. So this should happen every day. We want to be consistent with it. And kids kind of fall into or they tend to anticipate that routine that you have going on. And every time students enter your room, so elementary students, maybe at the beginning of the day, maybe at lunch, those secondary teachers, it's going to be best if you greet every class as they come into your room.
Yeah, and here's the deal with this. If you're going to do this, you need to make sure that you are visible, and you need to make sure that you're available. So what that means, I want to be visible. I want to be standing at my door outside my classroom so that I can greet every single student. And being available means I want to be student-centered. It's going to be really tempting for me to want to go chat with Mike in the middle of the hallway if his room's across the hall from mine. But I really want to send the message to my students that I am there for them. This is my time to meet and greet them. So it's student-centered approach, right?
Yeah. So here's some examples of some of the greetings that we can use. The simple like, how you doing? I'm glad you're here today. Name one great thing that happened to you yesterday.
Right. And guys, this is easy. It's quick. It's easy. It's not rocket surgery. You're saying hello to your students, right? And it's
nice job at the game last night.
Yes.
Or I love that for my swim families out there. I love that anchor leg that you did in your 400 relay. Nice job.
Or did you get a haircut, Mike? Looks good, man. Right? Like that. Yeah. Maybe you do a high five or a fist bump. If that fits your personality, do it. You don't have to.
I think for this really to be effective, casual, authentic, and natural, that it fits with your personality, that you're not trying to force it. It just smells better, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
So,
it does.
So I think that's what we got. Try and do this every day, folks. It's really impactful. It makes a big difference.
Right.
We appreciate you joining us today.
Yeah, you guys, you can check out our email address at the end of the video. Please email us if you have questions, comments, gripes, complaints. We don't care. We'd love to hear from you. Other than that, go forth, do good things.